Hey YouTube, it's Jedi Puka here. Just wanted to show you guys some stuff I've been working on my account. Hey, just so you guys know, I don't know if I really plan on keep doing videos. I just wanted to do a few to help some people out. I play more free to play to low spender. I only spent $5 on this game. I don't pull any legendaries, so everything I do is going to be just based on some epics. So I've been working on a resistance team. Oh my guy's slight resistance. And this guy right here, Cardress, has been carrying my team. Mainly because of this aura right here. So I've been mixing this in. And it's been working out good. So I'll show you guys some of this stuff real quick. We got Grape of Rock. It's been one that I got stuck on. So I worked on a lot on this yesterday, try to get this team running, just so I can start getting resistance gear, build my team up a little more. Alright, so here's the way this is going right now. I got this gentleman in the lead for my resistance aura. On my team, I just try to get about 100 resistance on. It's kind of hard. At first I had to use some resistance chests, and then anything with any resistance substats. Initially, when I did this stage, actually everyone was at about 75 resistance. And then I come in here, make something like this. When I initially did it, everyone was at about 70 resistance, and I was using the red version here. And now we got the better versions to use. So I do these three right here, and the tank's gonna come in, take care of all my taking hits for me, you know, like he's supposed to do. My adventurers, my damage dealer. I got 2 healers. So the reason why I separate them is these 3 right here are gonna take the second hit from this guy, the bigger hit. He's gonna miss it. He's gonna be able to keep healing himself, while he's gonna drop a few debuffs and continue to keep that resistance up for us. You're still going to take some debuffs with resistance. You see it popping up. We resist most of it. You'll see that second hit just hit this group of 3. So these 2 are completely protected from that one. And that's one of the big things that kind of helps him stay alive, because he's a little squishy. Now, although this guy is my MVP, before I had him, there's a rare that I found that does a cleanse. I was using her, and it helped out a lot too. I'll show her here in a few minutes when this is done. And the biggest reason you need the resistance is that heal decrease on here. The poison, I can handle the poison damage, but when they start decreasing the heals, then I have a hard time getting my people back up to health. That's when you start dying. I have some video clips from before I plan on making a video on this that if I can figure out how to edit very much, I might add it in here. I'll show my team before I got the good resistance gear to add to them. So, like I said, initially everyone was about 80 resistance, and then his aura with that rare resistance potion adding that other 10 resistances what kept us up. You may not need quite that much resistance, but the reason why I like it is sometimes even with high resistance, he still lands a few debuffs. You get that little extra. You keep him from landing at all, and then you get a lot smoother run like that. And then I slowly built up my resistance gear, my farming this after I got that going. And kind of quick overview of the team right there. This is the free healer you get, the free tank you get, your free adventurer. For this slot, I think he could really be swapped with another damage dealer, or if you are dying, you get another healer. I think if you do another damage dealer and high resistance, it would be good. I had another damage dealer I was using there. I took him out because I just didn't have the gear to get resistance up enough to keep him alive. And then this gentleman here, like I said, he's been my MVP just because of that resistance lead. I'm so happy I pulled this guy. So if any of you guys have him, highly recommend him. He brings other utility too. So his little big hit here, we get that recharging speed penalty. Helps slow that guy down. That helps out a ton. The attack penalty is pretty good. It helps in some other places. And this is pretty cool. He has a 25% chance to be immunized against the inflicted debuffs, and every time he gets 25% ultimate energy, so he gets to spin through that ultimate pretty quick. That's good. Now this rare here is the one I was talking about earlier, another Forest Dweller. So she's got a full cleanse right here. Well, it was a 1 debuff cleanse. The recovery over time. Her heal honestly sucks. I don't use it for the heal at all. It helps out, so extra utility, but you gotta have another healer because it's just not a good heal. It was mostly for this debuff right here. So initially, before I had him, I had Enna in there. I keep her in that back corner. She would drop a cleanse every now and then to my team to try to keep debuffs off of my health. Also, if you're stuck on Feywild's 10, on my Feywild's 10 team, when I did it, I used her. I used my adventurer before he was 95. He was a little longer back. And I used, use this guy for my tank. Furbath. He actually makes a pretty good tank. The reason being is this little self-heal that he gets going, he just keeps dropping it. So I did Feywild's 10, I stuck him in the front, I had her kind of a little bit to the back, my adventurer, my healer, and then for that last spot, I initially used this guy Dane. He did most of my damage. He's carrying me through damage for a lot of teams too. Now that I have him, I'd probably swap him in there just because, like I said, that resistance aura is pretty amazing. Now this team works in some other places here too. I was stuck on Frost Domain. The main reason why Frost Domain was kicking my butt is when she drops that flame out right before she ignites it, she just destroys your team. So that's kind of how we got that. I'm sorry, not Frost Domain. I'm thinking Fire Domain. Fire Domain. I apologize, guys. So Fire Domain. This is what I really need to farm because most of my team is a flame. I was having issues. I got through 3 really easy, and then I was just stuck on 4, not even close to beating it until I pulled Gardos. So I stick him in the lead, get that resistance aura +4, and then this whole team here. That was why I had to push their resistances up. I just needed the extra resistance because she was beating me pretty much 9 times out of 10. I could get a few wins here and there when I had the 80 resistance on everyone. It didn't work, so I still keep him at 80. He was a little harder for me to get resistance up, but because of that self-heal, he does alright. He can tank some of those hits. These guys, I got him at 99 resistance, 87, 100, and 104. And this one, I gotta use at the minimum the rare version of this potion, which gives you 15 resistance. But now I got this one with the extra 20, and it really does a big help. Now the big problem with this team is it's a little slow because I don't really have any damage going. Actually, I already realized what I forgot to do. need to change our adventure here. So we need him to be ice and then drop our shield. There we go. Now the big problem is the damage, because he's now a support, yet he's my biggest damage dealer on the team because I just don't have anyone to slot in right now. This gentleman over here does do a little bit of damage once he starts firing off that little A3. So see, he'll start getting up there, so that helps a lot. But it does run a little slow. But at least you can get an idea if you're stuck on this kind of way. You can change some stuff up in your team to make it a little better. And if you don't have this guy for Resistance League, you could try to look to see if there's anyone else for Resistance Leagues. I'm not sure who has them now. But the other thing too, you can just drop him off completely, do someone maybe with some damage or something, and then just buff everyone's resistance even more if you got the gear for it. And once you start farming Grave of Rot, you can get a lot better resistance gear, and then you'll be able to stack your teams up better, which is what I plan on doing. I'll build my resistance gear, build a better resistance team than this, and then I can change up the team so I actually have more damage coming out, which will probably help with stage 5. Now there's only one small thing I auto on here, and it doesn't always seem to make a difference, but a few times it seemed like it was making my runs go a little smoother. So I'm going to turn off his auto for the boss just for the very first time we use it, because I don't want him to use it early. I want to drop that shield right before that final hit comes. So now you'll see she's dropping the flames. We still take some, but we're not taking as many as I would before. And then right here, right before that goes, we can drop the shield so we can take the first ones. For some reason, it does seem like the initial part of the fight, I take a lot of the fire, but then after that one, my team starts resisting it a lot more. What you'll see is it pops up, the resist signs coming up. The way this one works, when she does that, she drops a set of 5 fires. But you can resist. You don't resist the whole 5. You resist a few of them. So you'll see they'll pick up like 2 or 3 instead of the full stack, and that's what's keeping them alive. When I get the full stack, they just die instantly. And the ice shield, once I do it the first time, I can stick him on auto, and he'll start using it always within this range, and that helps my team tank that final hit. So as we get a little further, health starts dropping a little bit, they still stay alive. No, when I first started doing the stage, Gardas here, I only had him at like level 70, and it was working. He would usually die around 100k health left on the boss. Even now, he still dies quite a bit right there. I still need to beef him up, but it's okay. Once you get her to about halfway, he can die. It's not a big deal. He's not really doing much other than his lead. You see, damage-wise, he does a little bit, but nothing crazy. Boom. There you go. Resistance for the win. So guys, like I said, for this team, got me through Feywild's 20. This is actually my Feywild's 20 team, except you change him for the rare I showed, and I was actually using Dane in this slot for the damage, but he would work too. Healer damage, anything like that. So use that resistance in Fey 20, and you can get through those poisons. I would show you, but I already did it, so I don't think I can go back to it. Flame Domain, keeping those fires off for the resistance. Grave of Rot, keeping the poison off for the resistance. Man, it's just golden, man. If you get this chick, she works out really good too. That little A3 there, cleansing. It's not the best, but the good thing with her, you build up people's resistance. Say you're doing Grave of Rot, and everyone picks up like one of the decreased heal buffs, or maybe one poison here and there. Save that, cleanse them, keep your heals going, keep the damage off. So She does a pretty good job of taking this guy's spot, but overall, his main thing is his Hara. Increase that resistance by 40. That's just amazing. That really helps. It's a little utility, but the R is where it's at. So, anyways, guys, it's not too much in the video. I know it's a little niche team. I don't really do a whole lot of YouTube content, but I thought this is something that would help people out. Just a quick overview of my account. I haven't pulled any Heliolite dice, so I don't have any legendaries. I don't plan on pulling any till Season 1 starts. It's just the way I'm going to play for this season. It's fun like that for me. I did spend $5 in the game. That's all I'm going to spend, especially during the pre-season theme, just so I could get the epic here. And then I like to support the game. Been having fun with it, so give them $5 to support it. And global comes. Might spend $5 or $10 every 2 or 3 months. I'm not really a spender in games like this. I just usually go free to play. And then real quick, we could do some arena. Show my people in the resistance gear in arena. It actually kind of seemed like it might have helped a bit here too. Let's see what we can find. It looks like a pretty stacked team. I see a lot of people got Legos. I just go in and see if I could do anything. I've been doing a little spread out setup, kind of help my guy. I like when they're grouped up so I can hit them a lot more, which goes to him actually. I don't see a lot of YouTubers using the adventure. It seems like they pull better people than that. But since I don't have any legendaries, he slots perfect into any team I use him in. Now, even for teams like this, I only keep the 3 bonus for the most part. I have a hard time keeping the full team. I just don't have the people built to do what I want to do for any of it, so that's just the way it works for me. My arena team, like I said, we get that a little bit higher resistance. It helps out. A damage dealer for my adventure, like those slots, and my Dane just dominates everyone. Got good attack. Love him as my damage dealer. You'll see, you keep seeing the resistance pop up. If you don't get debuffs, they have a lot harder time taking your teams down. So I've been beating teams that normally I was losing to before I made this team for Graver Rock. And then I tried it out in arena and it was just working. So I don't know if resistance is going to be arena meta, but it is for me. Go back, I'll try to beat a few more. I usually win about 2/3 of my battles. This team looks like it'll probably destroy me. But what we can do is try. Make sure it's taking the hits. I like that they're grouped up. That helps me out a lot. She always jumps back here. That's usually where I get messed up whenever I'm fighting against this chick. Big decrease attack from him. For the most part, I keep resisting those debuffs. We can whittle them down. He fell, but it's alright. He's not too big of a key in this team. My main people are my adventurer and game. Remember, guys, when you're looking at this arena team, other than Dane, he's built for damage. He doesn't have much resistance. None of my other people are actually built for damage. They're only built to resist debuffs. I did not focus on any attack, any crit, nothing like that. But he's still putting out some decent damage and helping the team go chugging along, you know. Takes a little longer on the fights, but if you're winning, who cares? So it's about right. Just get a few wins in. So there we have it. This video's probably gone on long enough. I hope this helps a few of you. This is pretty niche, nothing crazy, but I wanted to go out there, show what I've been working on the game, maybe to help someone else out. I'm sure a lot of you have a lot better ideas than what I have going on, so anything you have that you can share would be appreciated. Just a kind of quick overview of my roster. Nothing crazy on here. My only other epics are these few right here. That's it. Let's do quick pulls, leave it on some good luck. Let's do a 5 pull here. There we go. Alright, YouTube. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for your time.